Yeah, with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disabilities.
This is the Helping Hand TV show
where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. Like I say, you're welcome. Welcome to my world where disability is not inability. And welcome to the Helping Hand TV show.
You have to demonstrate your abilities. I have to be very extra careful to make sure that I don't do anything that my failure will be linked with what? My disability. My success should rather uplift and bring ability to my disability.
Amazing.
That is what my focus is. So persons with disability, the time to remain in our rooms are far gone.
So this is why we do this show, to bring dignity to disability, to bring hope to those who are hopeless.
Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. And like I say, you're welcome. Welcome to my world where disability is not inability. Special thanks to DV Unlimited, Company Limited, and Fire City Chapel, my proud sponsors. And special thanks to you for tuning in. Today we are looking at newborn jaundice. So we'll go for a quick commercial break. I'll be right back and I'll introduce you to my guest. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. And today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend, others call her the sweet companion, and others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable, and she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samuna Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the topmost made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners,
Nature's finest touch.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. Today we are talking newborn jaundice, and my very special guest is Dr. Hilda Mantebia Boy. I think I got it right?
You did.
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you. Well, she's a pediatrician at Kolebu Teaching Hospital and also a maternal and child health advocate. Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We are going to go straight to it. Newborn jaundice. What really are we talking about?
Newborn jaundice is in two parts.
Okay.
So the newborn part and the jaundice part.
Okay.
Now the newborn is a baby who is like born anew and is less than a month or less than 28 days.
Okay.
So that's the definition of a newborn.
Okay.
And then jaundice is the yellowish discoloration of the eyes, and for the eyes we are talking about the white part of the eye.
Okay.
Instead of being white, you see it turns yellow. Okay. And you may also see it on the skin sometimes, so it becomes yellowish. It has a yellowish hue to it. That's the skin.
Okay.
So the eyes turn yellow and the skin also turns yellow. So newborn jaundice is jaundice or yellowish discoloration of the eyes and skin that occur in a baby who is less than a month.
Okay.
And jaundice can happen at any age in a human being. Babies, children, adults, anybody can have jaundice, but newborn jaundice is specific for newborns. Yes, because of the special characteristics that it has.
Okay. So, Doc, let's talk about the causes. What are some of the things that will create such a situation?
Many of them, that's many of the babies who have jaundice have it because they are babies and their livers are not very mature. So we have what we call physiological jaundice. So that also occurs in the first few days of life, most likely because the baby is a baby and has an immature liver, and that is why they get the jaundice.
So just so that I can understand, the physiological jaundice has to do with the liver?
Yes, it has to do with the liver. So a lot of jaundice has to do with the ability of the liver to handle the breakdown of red blood cells, or the load that it has to. I don't want to go into fine details, but it has to do with the liver. Okay. And if the liver is immature and is not able to handle all that load, then you see that there will be some jaundice, but it's usually not jaundice which is very bad or really high. It's just like some mild something often. And if we're looking at some of the other things that may cause the baby to become jaundice, we have things like the changes or the differences in the red blood cell, the group between the baby and the mother. So if baby has blood group, let's say A or B, and mother has blood group O, then when baby is born, sometimes there can be reactions and the blood cells can break down and cause baby to become jaundice. That is called ABO incompatibility, because of the difference in the blood group between the baby and the mother. We also have what we call rhesus incompatibility, and that occurs when mother's blood group is negative, like O negative or B negative or A negative. So mother is rhesus negative, and the baby is rhesus positive. So baby, let's say O positive or A positive or B positive, and that can cause baby to become jaundice, because again there'll be reactions in the blood, they'll break down and cause baby to become jaundice. So that's another component.
I guess with these ones there's nothing much you can do about it, or
with the rhesus incompatibility, there's something that can be done about it. And often this occurs even before baby is born. There's an injection called the ROGAM, or the anti-D, which is given to the mothers during pregnancy. When we know that they are rhesus negative, it is given before baby is even born. And this is picked up during the antenatal period. When they go for the antenatal visits, the obstetrician gynecologists or their midwives pick it up and they address it even before baby is born.
So I'm going to go for a break, and when I come back, Doc is still going to be here. We're going to find out why should we be concerned about this whole thing we are talking about, newborn jaundice. Well, we'll go for a commercial break. We'll be right back. It's a Helping Hand TV show. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, H4P is 11 years old. Hooray! To God be the glory. Great things he has done and greater things he will do. H4P, promoting the fundamental rights and privileges of persons with disability. H4P, demystifying the myths and erroneous perceptions about disability using the power of media. H4P, encouraging ability in the face of disability. H4P, lending a helping hand to the vulnerable. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P is 11 years old. Hooray! As you call to the CEO and staff of H4P organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Welcome back.
You're welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. Today we are talking newborn jaundice, and my very special guest, Dr. Hilda Boy, is here with me. Doctor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Before we went on the break, you were helping us with some of the causes.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go on.
So we've talked about the physiological jaundice.
Yes.
We've spoken about the ABO incompatibility. We've also spoken about the rhesus incompatibility.
Okay.
Now there are other causes like infections. So if baby within the first few days of life develops an infection or becomes warm, there are germs in the blood, this baby is also predisposed to having the neonatal jaundice. Also, if you have a baby who is born before the baby's time, so we are talking about the premature babies, they are also at higher risk of having the neonatal jaundice than babies who are born around the 9 months or at term. Yes, so these are some of the common causes. We also have conditions like G6PD deficiency.
G6PD deficiency. Okay, so what is that?
So G6PD is an enzyme.
Okay.
It has like it's a bigger, like the G stands for something, the 6 PD, they all stand for something, but in a nutshell, that's an enzyme, and this enzyme helps to maintain the integrity of the red blood cell. And when I say maintaining integrity of the red blood cell, what it means is that it helps to protect the red blood cell and prevent it from breaking down rapidly or before its time. And this rapid breakdown will occur in the presence of certain things. So certain things like medication, so sulfur drugs are a commonly implicated medication. Fava beans is not something that we commonly find in Ghana, but on the shelves of our supermarkets you will find fava beans. We have other medications that may cause, herbal drugs that may cause the person with G6PD deficiency to have his or her red blood cells breaking down, and the deficiency could be partial or full defect. But once you have the deficiency, you have the deficiency, and in the presence of something like camphor or naphthalene balls, your red blood cells will break down quickly and you are likely to become jaundiced in that case. There are also...
So, Doc, before you continue, how would you know that you are G6PD
deficient?
Yeah, how would you know?
We have to test you. Yes, if we don't test you, you won't know. So if the babies come to hospital, we find that they are jaundiced, this is one of the tests that we do routinely for them. And ideally, all of us should know what our G6PD status is. It's just a matter of a blood draw. It goes to the lab.
So is it male or female? Are you talking to the males?
Both. Anyone could have G6PD deficiency. Yes, so we all need to know what our statuses are for the G6PD. Yes. So G6PD deficiency is one of the causes of the neonatal jaundice or newborn jaundice. Now, there are some pathologies or problems with the liver that may also predispose a baby to having neonatal jaundice or newborn jaundice. And we have things like biliary atresia, which is like a narrowing of the biliary tree or the bowel. All these help with digestion, and also there's a narrowing, but the babies are already born with it. They are born with it. It's not something that happens after birth. So this is something that they are born with, and this may also cause them to have jaundice in the newborn period. Yes. Looking at some of these causes, I mean, there are others that I haven't mentioned, but these are some of the common things that will cause our babies to become jaundiced. And there are two different categories. So we have the one that can go to the brain and cause damage to the brain. And we have one that, especially the liver ones, that will cause damage to the liver, especially if it is not seen early. And if it requires surgical intervention, if the surgery is not performed early, the baby's liver will be damaged, and that will be the end. So these are the two categories.
So look, I would go for a break. When we come back, we'll find out why should we be concerned. Why should we be concerned? Well, it's a Helping Hand TV show. I'll go for 60 Second Success. We'll be right back with my very special guest. Stay tuned.
Success is a product of hard and wise work. Is 60 Second Success with the Bishop. Stay tuned.
Welcome to 60 Second Success with the Bishop. Today, I want to speak to you about an important success ingredient called the law of progress. The law of progress is your decision to take a step forward in every area of your life. Your decision to take a step forward in every area of your life. Success is a milestone that is achieved after continuous struggles, hard work, pains, motivation, failures, and repeated efforts. Success, my friend, is a journey made up of failures and successes in life. And those who never see success are those who decide to stand at one place in life, those who refuse to progress. If you really want to be successful, then you have to take a step forward. You have to decide to progress in every area of your life. Every day, make a determination to take a step forward in everything you do, and success will be yours. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. Today we are talking newborn jaundice, and my very special guest, Dr. Boy, is here with us. She's helping us understand the issue. Sometimes it gets very medical, but she's really doing well. Thank you so much, Doc, for your time. Let's find out why should we be concerned about newborn jaundice?
Why we should be concerned about newborn jaundice is that there are some babies who die from neonatal jaundice, and unfortunately some of them come too late. Now, for those who don't die, there are some who get disability from newborn jaundice. So you meet some mothers or fathers who tell you that my baby had cerebral palsy and it was because of neonatal jaundice or newborn jaundice, which they did not know anything about or they did not find. Even as we speak, there are babies who come in to the hospital late with newborn jaundice. And this is also why we at the Pediatric Society of Ghana, from the year 2018, we initiated the Newborn Jaundice Awareness Month so that we can create awareness on it, because we do not think that we can sit down and watch babies develop disability or die when there's something that can be done to prevent it. So a lot of it is so that we can do education and awareness creation for mothers, fathers, aunties, grandmas, grandpas to know that a condition like this exists. And often, once you find it early and report to hospital early, there's something that can be done to prevent your child from developing disability
is it similar
or dying.
to your project? I'm aware you are doing a project.
Yes, so that is it, the Newborn Jaundice Awareness Month. Yes, and the focus really is to get people aware that there's something like this. There are a lot of problems that we have in this country. There are some things that we can do something about, and some that we may not be able to do so much about. And we find that this is one of the things that we can do a lot about, and not with so much money in certain cases. We are also trying to raise funds for phototherapy equipment, because there are some hospitals that do not have the phototherapy machines which are required to treat some cases of neonatal jaundice. We also plan training programs for healthcare workers, because we realize that some healthcare workers are a part of the problem. There are some of them who will say that even though your baby is jaundiced, go and do sunbathing or pharmacoferia. So, and by the time the child gets the attention that the child needs, the child has already got the disability or has the brain damage from newborn jaundice. So even though it might sound like, why is somebody bothered about this small thing? If you have a child in your home who develops disability, cerebral palsy, or even dies from neonatal jaundice, this is 100% for you. And we shouldn't wait for babies' brains to suffer disability because of lack of knowledge or ignorance.
With your project, why were you passionate about that? Why would you pick that particular project? There were a lot of things you could have done.
Yeah, so and there are a lot of things that we are doing as Pediatric Society of Ghana, and even as individual pediatricians who work in Ghana. But the neonatal jaundice or newborn jaundice, like I explained, is something that we find commonly. If you look at the babies who are born, about 7 out of 10 for the 10 babies may develop neonatal jaundice, and about 5 to 6 out of 10 of them who are preterm are likely to have neonatal jaundice. So it's something that is really common. And unfortunately, it's difficult for me to tell you the exact number out of these who may develop disability or death, but we do find them in our hospitals. Unfortunately, I can say that almost every week we have some coming in too late.
Wow.
Yes. Saying every day at the hospital where I work may be a bit too much, but almost every week I can say that we find someone who is coming in too late with the neonatal jaundice. So it's something that is really common, and it's something we can do something about, and that is why we've taken this move to do something about it.
Okay. what should parents look out for?
We've said many times that look out for jaundice in your newborn, because from the numbers I mentioned, or the expected numbers of babies who are likely to become jaundice, you see that if it's about 1 out of 2, this is something that is common. And so look out for jaundice, or the yellowing of your baby's eyes or skin.
The yellowing?
Yes, look out for the change in color, so it becomes yellow. Look out for that in the first few days of your baby's life. And if you find something like that, send baby to hospital. Now what we are also saying is that even though, you see, later on in the illness, baby is likely to become weak. If it goes to the brain, baby is likely to become weak. The cry changes. They've been refusing to suck the breast milk. But these are late signs. So we don't want you to sit at home and wait for that. Look out for it in the first few days of life. If you find something like that, send your baby to hospital. Again, we keep saying that don't put camphor in your baby's clothes, or the naphthalene balls in your baby's clothing, or your baby's bathing stuff, or the cot sheets and things, because often people don't know what their baby's G6PD status is. And if your baby happens to be G6PD deficiency, then the baby is likely to have the red blood cells breaking down quickly, and the levels of the bilirubin or jaundice going really high. And when it's like that, it can go really high very quickly and go to the brain. So look out for jaundice in the first few days of your baby's life, and report to hospital if you find anything you don't understand. So
doctor, the coloring, how do you find it out? Like every morning you check, or is there a particular thing you do, particular light that can make you see, or any form of, how do you do that?
Sometimes mothers tend to keep the babies in the rooms after delivery. They don't want to bring the babies out for anybody to use their evil eyes or anybody to see the babies. And that is how they often miss it. And you see, depending on your socioeconomic status, you know, many of our mothers may be in a compound house, a small room, no real light comes in. So you have to make sure that you have the opportunity to see your baby, see your baby's eyes. And often you bring the baby into the porch or somewhere around, and as you are bathing baby, definitely at some point baby will open his or her eyes, and you have the opportunity to see the eyes. If you notice any change in the skin color or so, you are not sure, just report to hospital so that we can have a look. And sometimes what we realize is that the mothers will come in late, and they will come in only after a neighbor or somebody has seen that the baby's color is a bit different, or the activity level is low. You see, and that is when they also tend to say that this person is obeifo, so you like this person is chewing the baby or something. So we should bring our babies out at least, and make sure that within the first few days of life we have an idea of what is going on with the baby's eyes. We have how is the baby feeding? Is the baby feeding well? If your baby is dull, is not really feeding, you should know that there's something wrong. Don't even look for the eyes, or just report to hospital. So any change in activity level of your baby, any change in the color of your baby, anything that concerns you about your baby, report to hospital. Don't listen to your neighbors or family members who say, oh, leave the baby, it's nothing, leave the baby. If there's something wrong, just see a doctor. And every baby teaches you a different lesson about children. It doesn't matter if you have had 5 children or 6 children. Every baby is different and may teach you a different lesson about babies or about children. So if there's something...
The crying, how would you know? Some babies cry a lot, some don't cry a lot. So how would you know with the crying aspects?
I don't want to lay too much emphasis on the crying, but babies should cry, they should eat, they should sleep. If the baby's cry changes, you should be a bit concerned, especially if the cry is not coming out well anymore, the activity is low, or baby is not as active as was before. You should be concerned. Anything that gives you a cause for alarm about your baby, don't stay at home with it, and don't rely on the information that your neighbors or your baby's grandma or grandpa will give you about baby. Just report baby to hospital. Once you do that, we the medics in the hospitals can look at baby assess baby and let you know whether there's anything to worry about. Sitting in the consulting room, sometimes what we find is that mother may come complaining of one thing, but you may end up finding that that thing mother was complaining about is nothing really, but there may be something else. So sometimes the parents are not really sure. They can't really put a finger on it, but they know that there's something unusual going on. Best thing, report to hospital and let us have the opportunity to assess baby and let you know that baby is okay, or otherwise, or we should do this or we should do that, and then we can take it from there.
Great. So that is doctor's advice. Best thing, report to the hospital. Well, let's cross over to Elom for a spot of music. We'll be right back with the Helping Hand TV show. We are talking newborn jaundice. Stay tuned.
Is the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Elom, for that amazing song. It's a Helping Hand TV show. We are talking newborn jaundice. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. We have some things to clear just before I release you. I am so grateful for your time. But can it be prevented, newborn jaundice? Can we prevent that?
There are some that can be prevented. There are others that you may not be able to do anything about. If the baby happens to have the physiological ones that I mentioned, you can't really do anything about it. The G6PD deficiency, if baby is born with G6PD deficiency, for instance, you can't really do anything about it. The key here is for you to make sure that if you have a baby, you don't put the naphthalene balls and all those in the clothing and around. Those are some of the few things. And that is why we keep saying that they shouldn't. Because you can't be too sure who is going to have the G6PD deficiency and who is not. And once you haven't tested, just avoid it so that you do not have a baby having G6PD deficiency, having exposure to the naphthalene balls, and having very high bilirubin levels. When it happens like that too, it rises really, really, really quick and can cause damage to the brain quickly, or even death if it is not found early. For prevention, look out for the yellowing of your baby's eye early. So early identification, look out for it early and report to hospital early. That is one thing that you can do to help us and your baby. You report early, we assess baby, and if we need to make any intervention, we can make that intervention.
Doctor,
you do all of us a favor.
I've heard people talk about, okay, so don't cover the child too much with cloth. Sometimes you should expose the child a bit and all that. Okay, so what do you say? You are the expert.
Babies can get cold. Babies can also get hot.
Okay.
So for exposure for baby, baby should be appropriately clothed.
Okay.
But does not really require over wrapping. Does not require that you just cover completely. There are some who will say that and never use a fan if you have a baby in the house, and if the room is hot, baby will become hot. So just make sure that you are not overwrapping baby. At the same time, baby is appropriately clothed. It is possible that baby can be lying in his or her cot with the clothing, what's the name, the jasmine, or the, you know, there's some a top like that, we call the jasmine, the diaper, maybe some small shorts, and then socks with the cap to prevent baby from getting cold. And that may be good enough. You don't need to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap baby. Another thing is that make sure that you can see baby. You can see enough of baby to be able to tell that baby is okay, or baby is unwell. That is also important, because some of them bring baby to hospital, and by the time you finish unwrapping baby to discover that baby is almost dead, it may be a bit too late. So there's no need to overwrap baby. Just appropriate clothing and baby will be good enough.
Does it tie into what we are supposed to avoid?
It's a bit here and a bit there. Just make sure that you can see baby or observe baby so that you can know what is going on with baby. We've said that don't hide baby in the room in the first few days of life because you're afraid that somebody will see baby. Let there be enough sunlight coming into the room so that, or lighting, good lighting, so that at least you can see the baby, see baby's eyes, see baby's skin, and know if there's something going wrong. Don't wait till baby is weak. Don't wait till baby is now like not feeding or has a fever or is really unwell before you send baby to hospital. And don't listen to the people who will tell you that just do sunbathing, it's okay. Go seek help and make sure that we have assessed baby and are telling you that baby is okay. There are a few occasions where people have come in late, and the reason why they are coming in late was because they were reassured. With initially, maybe at the beginning, they went somewhere and they said baby is okay, and later on baby became worse. So that's the thing. At any point in time, if you notice baby is unwell, it doesn't matter that you took baby to hospital yesterday. Still send baby into hospital. Even with the jaundice, there are times when they may come in with level being very low, and the next few days it may go really high, and that's why the frequent monitoring is important if there's a problem with baby.
So they should not be tired going to the hospital.
They should not be tired going to the hospital, and we will not be tired either seeing them in hospital. It's a lot of work for all of us, for both parents and for the caregivers, as well as the doctors, the nurses, and the other professionals who take care of children. But that is why we are there. And we know the kind of system that we have, the support may not be enough for everyone. And if you have a child who has a disability in your home, it may change the dynamics in the home. So if it's something that we can do something to prevent, let's not just leave it. Let's do what we can to help to prevent it. And I remember many years ago, there were times when the babies would come in. Some would come in really late, and we maybe the phototherapy equipment that we have is not enough for all of them. Then you have to decide who goes under there, who are you doing exchange blood transfusion for. That's another form of treatment depending on the severity. Who are we doing this? So, and that is part of the reason why we initiated this newborn jaundice awareness, because it's a real problem. It's a real problem for all of us, for healthcare professionals and for the families as well. And we all need to know about it. If you're a man, it doesn't mean that you don't need this information, because you may have a sister who has a baby. And in our work, we've come across bankers, we've come across lawyers, we've come across educated people who have had babies with cerebral palsy as a result of neonatal jaundice. So this information is not below anybody's anybody's level. We all need to know so that we can help to support each other and give the right advice to our families who have babies when they come in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been educative. This has been very, very important. I'll go for H4P Showtime. I'll be right back with my very special guest. It will be the freestyle segment. Stay tuned.
H4P, bringing dignity to disability. Hooray! It's H4P Showtime.
Hey, Rabna.
Hey, Mommy. It's good you are here.
I would like to discuss something.
You are the one we are discussing.
Hey, and what have I done?
The same thing you have been doing for the past 7 months. Mommy, sit. Sit down. Mommy, sit. Sit down, let me pump some sense into your coconut. Hey, Lady Joy, please take your time. Be patient. Calm down.
Lady Joy, what have I done to deserve such an outburst from you?
Let me tell you point blank, Mommy. You will not get any man better than Abengo. You will not. Lady Joy. Lady Joy. On the other hand, maybe my dear cousin has a calling to be a Roman Catholic sister. Maybe she wants to be a nun.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
Then why, Mommy? Why? Why are you refusing Abel your gift from God? Why? Lady Joy, maybe she doesn't like Abel. What? She likes Nkate or Atadre. Ompa Benkwan.
As for you. Mommy, listen to me.
I have known Abel right from childhood. Abel is gentle. Abel is a real gentleman. Abel is humble. Abel is caring. Abel is loving. Abel is patient. Abel is faithful. Hey, Lady Joy, have you finished? And why? What else do you want in a man? What? Anyway, Mommy, listen. Abel is very successful and very much in love with you, such that he falls sick every week.
Oh, my sweet Abel.
Listen, Mommy, a man who falls sick for your love will do anything and go to any extent for you.
That's very true, Mommy.
Truth for God. Life for Satan.
But, hey, Rabna, you know that marriage is a lifelong journey. And so a decision about who to marry must not be taken in a rush.
Hey, Mommy. Mommy. It's been 7 whole months of you tormenting Abel. So how can you talk about rushing? Mommy, how long do you want Abel to suffer for love? How long? Oh, Mommy, are you intending to give him an answer after he dies?
Oh, no, but how can you say that?
Because from all indications, that is your plan. And it will not work in the name of Jesus. Amen. Back to sender. Back to sender. Lady Joy, why? Do you want to kill my cousin? Oh. I beg you, don't send it back to sender. Okay. Mommy will say yes. Okay. She will accept to marry him.
Hold on. But don't you think I must feel something for him before I accept to marry him?
Mommy, did you just say feel something for me?
Of course. Hey! This is a matter of the heart. Hey! So I must first have feelings for him as much as I'm praying about it.
Oh, Lady Joy. I now see where the problem is. Where is the problem? Lady Joy, can you believe? Can you believe that this, my cousin, without her beautiful self, is a raw, naked piece of wood.
What?
Get serious. This is a serious matter. I'm serious, oh. How can Mommy say she has no feelings for Abe? He's such a fine guy.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Hey, Rabna. So what type of wood is she?
Hey,
Lady Joy.
Good question. Lady Joy. You know, initially, I was thinking it was wawa. But upon second observation, I think it's a doom.
And why?
Because my feelings are doom.
Hey, Rabna. Hey, Rabna. So you mean for the past 7 months, my sweet Apengu has been trying to cut down an odum tree?
Hey, dear, that is the issue on the ground.
Hey, I bet you have suffered.
You see, that is the issue on the ground. You see, Mommy is the type of woman the girls call Owele. Hey.
So, do you ladies realize I'm still here and you are gossiping about me?
Oh, and who said we are gossiping?
Hey.
You are merely stating the obvious.
I will get
you.
Doom. What's my dream? Why did you tell me?
Mommy,
oh, Mommy.
Abe.
Abe, how are you? Are you okay? How was the hospital? Are you still taking your medication? Oh, that's very good. You are welcome. Oh, you look good though, even though you are not well.
Mommy, as far as I know, the only reason why you refused the best proposal was because you thought he and I were loving. Okay. Mommy, so now that you know that there's nothing going on between the two of us.
Exactly, nothing. Nothing.
Purchase copies of the H4P melodrama DVDs today. Contact H4P on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. All sales are for the promotion of our disability advocacy. So grab your copies now. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, H4P is 11 years old. Hooray! To God be the glory. Great things he has done and greater things he will do. H4P, promoting the fundamental rights and privileges of persons with disability. H4P, demystifying the myths and erroneous perceptions about disability using the power of media. H4P, encouraging ability in the face of disability. H4P, lending a helping hand to the vulnerable. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P is 11 years old. Hooray! As you call to the CEO and staff of H4P organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show. Thank you for staying tuned in. You're with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. Today we've been talking newborn jaundice, and my very special guest, Dr. Hilda Mantebia Boy, has been phenomenal. Well, let's see how phenomenal she would be. It's a freestyle segment. I allow my guests to do anything. They can sing, they can dance, they can play an instrument, anything. Hilda, what do you do for me?
Well,
freestyle.
The only thing that comes to mind is to sing a rhyme for our kids. I love kids. We all love kids. So, what? Somebody give us a beat. Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Little children want to play. Rain, rain, go away. I think I've done well.
You've done well. Well, thank you so much for staying tuned in. It's a Helping Hand TV show. Special thanks to my very special guest, Dr. Hilda Mantebia Boy. She is a pediatrician at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She's also a maternal and child care advocate. Thank you so much for your time, Doctor. Thank you to you for tuning in, and all those who contribute to H4P through our mobile money system. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. You are helping us, and you've been helping us. Thank you so much to DV Unlimited Company Limited and FCC, Fast Chapel, my proud sponsors. Thank you so much. My crew, what can I say? Thank you so much for always being there. I'm going to come your way again with your favorite program, the Helping Hand TV show, same time next week. But until then, remember, disability is not inability. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and God richly bless you.